Okay, so the session is getting recorded. You can be on mute whenever you require anything. You can unmute and ask. Right. So the very next topic is AWS storage gateway. Right. So what do you think? As the name suggests, anything relevant?
Gateway. It's a path.
It's a
kind of path. Like payment gateway, how we do the payment gateway. So it's a kind of storage gateway, right?
Yes, yes, good. Thinking in the right direction.
Yeah.
So this is a kind of storage service, right? Right? Kind of hybrid cloud. You heard about hybrid cloud, no?
Yes.
So kind of hybrid cloud storage service this is, right? So what happens whenever there is concept of hybrid cloud, so there will be on-premises thing, right? So you will have your private thing and then you have public access also, cloud also. So
yeah,
whatever is the systems running on your on-premises, right? So that on-premises access will be given to AWS storage, right? So AWS storage gateway, hybrid cloud storage service. Here it is as mentioned. So now what happens? Your on-premises will get access to storage in the cloud. So that is public cloud where there is storage, and then your on-premises, your data center, your office, right, that will get the access. That's why we are calling hybrid cloud storage service, right? So there will be some kind of gateways, right? File gateway, volume gateway, tape gateway, through which they will be our application which is running on premises, they will connect to these gateways, they will connect to this particular service using these gateways. Clear? Now there will be certain protocols, right, using which we will be able to connect, right? So some protocols like you heard about NFS protocol. NFS.
No.
Network file system. Dharma, you heard about
it?
Yeah. So SMB.
Sorry?
SMB protocol, server message block, SMB, like from Unix or Linux to Windows kind of connections.
No.
SMB protocol, there will be some kind of SMB protocol if you want to use it for from Windows to Linux, Linux to Windows, right? So like that cross operating system thing. So you will have some kind of SMB protocol, like we have NFS protocol. You heard about iSCSI?
No.
No. So iSCSI is another protocol, right? That is now Internet Small Computer System interface, iSCSI. So all these protocols, there are different protocols. I just see NFS. Yes. Yep. Dharma. So network file sharing, network file system. Yeah.
MTP.
NFS. Yeah. So so those kind of protocol, SMTP is another protocol that he's telling, simple mail transfer protocol, right? So there will be different types of protocols. So using say like NFS, using SMB, using iSCSI, those different types of protocols, right? So what we will do, we will access the storage. So there is no kind of, wait one second, let me just go to whiteboard. Yeah. So say like you have the kind of gateway. You saw three types of things right here. Here you saw file gateway, volume gateway, tape gateway, right? Right. So you have some application, right? Right, running on premises. This is your on-premises system in your data center, right? Now you have some kind of gateway, right? So for example, we say file gateway or something. Okay. Now you will access, right? Whatever is your application, that is server. This is your server. From here, your application is running in that server. Now from here, you access the file gateway. Okay. Now, just think of this entire thing as on-prem, and now you have AWS, right? So in that you have S3. Just think of this AWS, and you have S3. Whatever features of S3 you know, right? This file gateway will connect to the AWS, right? So just think from here, no, whatever your application is there, so that application is going to this file gateway. From file gateway, no, it's going to AWS and then S3. So I was talking about some protocols, say like some NFS protocol or some kind of SMP protocol, right? So using some protocol, your application, right, can connect to the file gateway, right? So from the file gateway, it will connect to the AWS, and then AWS will have S3. S3 will have all those buckets and all those objects and all those things, right? So usually what happens, this gateway, right, will be some kind of either a virtual machine or it can be some kind of hardware appliance, right? So this can be, you can go on mute. Trust, who is on?
I'm sorry.
I
I'm sorry.
just go on mute.
I'm clear. My side is clear. I think
Sure,
that's
yeah,
not.
okay. So this file gateway, it will be kind of some virtual machine, right? Or it can be some kind of what? Hardware. Appliance, you heard? Appliance, some operating system and some kind of application, some kind of tool will be installed in a small set of hardware. So think of some appliance, right? And this VM is what? Some kind of operating system is installed, some kind of virtual machine, some kind of So it may be a VM, it may be a hardware appliance, right? That you can purchase, you can get, right? Some server that you can get from Amazon. So some kind of gateway, right? You have say like file gateway or something. So using that appliance, using that virtual machine, using that system, right? Your application connects to that particular system, right? Using some protocol. Now that is connected to AWS, right? AWS will have all the features, right? So say like you have S3 there, right? And you are able to store whatever information, whatever data, right? Say like you want to store in standard class, you want to store in infrequent access class, you want to put somewhere else, you want some kind of lifecycle management, right? So all those features will be available to you, right? Storage class and all those things will be available, which was not there in your on-premises server, correct? So those features were not there. Now here on-premises, you are
Sorry to
getting the
interrupt.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm not clear about this. So what I understand is from our on-premises server or on-premises our system, we are going to access the file GW, right? Gateway, right? That file. It's nothing but VMware or something, right?
Yes. So we are keeping this particular file gateway on premises. We are getting it in our place. That gateway, see how we have a router. Through that we go out to ISP, correct?
Yeah,
you have a router at home, right?
Yes.
Through that you go to ISP, right? So like that, think of this gateway, think of this device, right, as a particular gateway through which you can connect to AWS.
So this acts as a middleware, right, between AWS and our application server or whatever.
Yeah, it kind of you just think of it as a some equipment, right?
Okay.
Some kind of middleman, right, in between.
Okay.
So see how So directly your application will not be aware about S3, right?
Yeah.
You will not know what is S3.
Correct.
Right? Now your application, right, wants to connect to AWS S3 and put some bucket or use some feature there, storage class, something. Now for using that, right, how we are no, say like you want to store some file or something, you will have one server there, you will create some thing, some file system or something. In that file system you can store some data, right, that you have to manage that cost of maintaining that. You will have some storage connected to that, so all those things you will require, right? So all, and you may not have storage also, you may not have that much of arrangement, right, for maintaining the storage. If your storage crashes, if some problem happens, cooling, heating, all those whatever features you require in a data center, so all those things you have to do you have to maintain that file server, right?
Yeah.
You have Windows file server, right? You have Linux, Unix, those kind of file server, right? So in place of, you are running out of space, you are running out of equipments, or you don't have so much of money to invest in that storage, then also you can go for it. You want some kind of features, lifecycle management, you want to store data in Glacier or something which will be cheaper, right? You want some kind of benefit after 10 years, 5 years, it should move to some get deleted. So all those features, everything you will get, right? So in this storage service, whatever storage this AWS is giving, right? So there you will have no kind of S3, or you can have that Glacier, right?
Glacier, yeah.
Right, you can have that EBS we have been talking about, we can use that EBS. You can use some kind of deep archive, Glacier deep archive. So whatever features are there related to AWS storage that we are learning, so those things can be accessible. So this file gateway you can create, maybe whatever virtual machine, ESXi host, or some kind of Linux machine, some KVM, or some kind of maybe easy to instance, right? So anything, you just get one instance or some kind of VM there, you install some software or something, and then that will act as a gateway. Using that gateway you will be able to access all this thing. So nothing special, nothing very much special. However, it's kind of hybrid cloud infrastructure. This is kind of hybrid cloud storage service. That's why it is mentioned like this. You see, AWS storage gateway, hybrid cloud storage service. What kind of storage service? Hybrid cloud storage service, right? So you have options. It is integrated, right, with AWS. You have better performance. You have optimized transfers, right, at higher speeds. Simple cloud scale. You can scale to the level of cloud, right? So unlimited. Once it is, you have access to S3, right? So it's a scalability. We were looking infinitely scalable, right? Durability, security. So all those benefits you will get at the on premises. In your data center you get benefit of the cloud, correct? So what happens, like for in case you want to go for file gateway, right? So what will happen? You don't have space, right? In your on premises, storage is finished, your hard disk is totally full, 100% utilized. Now what? So you want to take some backup. You don't have so much of a space to take backup of snapshot data and all those backups for your operating systems, your machines and all. What do? Go for file gateway, correct? Right? You want to keep backup for 5 years and then want to delete it. So that will get deleted. You just apply some lifecycle policy, right? Look at this volume gateway. What is the purpose of volume? Block storage, correct? Yeah. So what will happen? It will give you block storage, right, at the on-premise level. So on premises, you will have access to block devices. So it will connect through iSCSI protocol, right? And you will have access to the block storage there, right? So this will be in different modes, like cached volume mode and stored volume mode. Two different types of modes will be there for this volume gateway, right? So I'll just show you, right? So you have been looking at this file gateway, right?
Yep.
So you'll have two types of modes for volume gateway. One will be what we saw. One second, let me, okay. So I'll just remove some part here. Then I will just know. Let me just delete this part. Okay. So for example, right? So we have some kind of in place of this NFS or SMB, right? Think of iSCSI. Okay. So think of iSCSI protocol. Okay. So what is iSCSI? Through iSCSI, you can access what?
File.
No. Through iSCSI, you can access block storage. Okay. So you will have volume gateway. What will be there?
Volume gateway. Okay.
Volume gateway. So through iSCSI, using this volume gateway, again you go to AWS,
AWS.
right? And you will have access to EBS. How we have S3, right?
Yeah.
So we have EBS. You saw some volumes we were creating when we were creating some instance, right? So we're creating some volume, 30 GB we created now for our Windows machine. Can you recall? Fiber channel, you know. So like how we have fiber channel, right, through which we connect our systems to storage. So similarly, we have iSCSI protocol, right? Its competitor is fiber channel, right? Now through this iSCSI, you are connecting to the volume, right, in AWS. So in this volume gateway, no, you have two different modes. One is cached volume mode, and another one is stored volume mode. Just think, there are two things. How many? Two options. One mode, different mode of operation will be there, right? So different modes. Here it is cached volume mode, and this is stored volume mode. What is the difference? Just think of it. What is the difference? Cached volume mode. Cache means what?
Cached, cached, cached only mode maybe that the file data will be there for some time, but stored volume mode it will be stored for some days. Depends on how much we need. How long the file should be stored there.
Correct. So in case of cached one, what will happen? Data will be stored in S3, right? And we have the benefit of retention of data in that S3. Whatever frequently you are accessing. So I'll just show you. Say like there is a situation when we are having say like one particular gateway, right? In this you have a cache. Okay, so you have a cache. So whatever frequently you are accessing, right?
Yeah.
Whatever frequently you are accessing from your AWS, right? So that will be cached. So usually whatever frequently you are accessing, that will be cached, not everything. One file you are accessing, or two files you are accessing, 10 files you are accessing again and again. Right? So those things will be cached. So in case of cached volume mode, right? I have a question, I think probably related to this. So just focus so that you will have, you can answer that question. So cached volume mode, we are talking about cache, right? So data is say like stored in S3. All your data is there in S3 only. Everything. But frequently accessed data, right, is cached here. Okay. Yeah. Now, what is the benefit? if you require whatever files you have, you have just accessed, if you require the same file, it can, if this application wants here, right? So it can take from cache, right?
Yes.
Something which is not there, that will come anyways, that will come from S3, right?
Yes.
So what happens, this cache, right? The benefit of getting the cache is latency will be low.
Yes.
Frequently accessed data will be easily available.
Correct.
Okay. Now, primary storage. See, cache will happen in what? What is this? This is gateway, right?
Yeah.
Now, this gateway, this particular thing is there in your premises, right?
Exactly.
Who has invested for this?
Sorry.
Who has invested in this infrastructure?
Gateway.
Who has paid money for this?
Customer owned.
Correct, correct. So this is whatever is this, whatever this cache is there, that is in your storage, right? That is on-prem, right?
Yes.
So on-prem, right? Storage, you have to invest. So you can invest for this much of small storage thing. So you will be paying only for this much of storage, very small thing, right? So you don't have to get bigger storage or something here, right? So small storage, actual data is where in the S3, right? No investment for S3, right? You just have to pay for use, pay based on the uses, right?
Yes.
So you are not doing any capital investment, no capital expenses, capex is not there, right? So
Yes.
that's the benefit of cloud, right? So little
Correct.
bit of cache, you are just spending money, and then so the benefit here is great cost saving with respect to primary storage, right? So on-prem storage, you are not purchasing a big storage system and taking care of that, so that you don't have to worry about everything. You simply put it in S3, right? So that's it. So that is the benefit of cached volume mode of volume gateway. So what is this I am explaining now is volume gateway, cached volume mode. Remember?
Yeah.
Now, in place of that cached volume mode, there is something called stored volume mode. What is that?
Stored.
Stored volume mode. So I'll just remove this cached. Just think of this cache thing, and then I'll just change it to stored volume mode, right? What do you think will happen there?
Every time it will access.
Now what was happening? You had the cache, no? So
No,
only,
no cache, no.
only for cache you were having the low latency, right?
Yes. Yes.
But you want low latency for entire data.
Yeah.
All this data, everything should be low latency. I don't want it to go to AWS and S3 for everything.
Yeah.
Now what? You require big storage right here. This gateway will store all data, right?
Yes.
If this gateway is storing all the data, whatever is there in S3, everything locally. Understood? Now, what is the use here? What is the use of this S3 then? Anyways, like why do we need this cloud? This much was enough, right? Anyways, we are paying for this entire storage here only, right? So what is the use of this S3?
Yeah, it means our local setup, right?
Yeah, it's completely local setup, right? So
Yeah,
you have the on-premises storage here. Everything, all the data you are keeping locally on premises only. This is kind of your own data center. Everything, all money you have put here, everything. It is costly, right? Correct?
Yes.
Everything you
Yeah.
have stored locally means it's kind of traditional environment, right? Now, what is extra here is you have the same data in S3 also, correct? Exactly the same data. See, your application, your server is accessing data locally, so low latency benefit you got, correct? Low latency.
Yeah.
In other case, low latency for all data. In the cached volume mode, you had only for the cached data. Now all the data could not be, having low latency. It was not fast, right? So everything was coming from S3. Little bit information was there in the cache that was making little bit fast. Now what is happening here? So there you saved on the money, correct? Now here no saving here, no saving. If it is everything locally, means you are having the local setup, additional thing you are getting. Now it is becoming, no, another example of hybrid setup where you will be paying even for that, no, S3 local you are paying, S3 also you are paying. What is the benefit? Tell me. If your local data center is gone, what next? What will you do? You'll set up another data center, right? You have the data here, right? Correct?
Yeah.
One benefit, you got big benefit.
Yeah.
So just think of a situation where you want redundant data, redundancy you want, right? Then you should go for this stored one. You have enough money. Money is not a problem for you, right? In another case, it was like, no, cheaper as compared to this one. But here you are talking about the reliability pillar. The earlier one was, no, that was cost optimization, right? Where you wanted, no, kind of, you ran out of storage space. You don't have no money. You don't have no storage space. You don't have things. Now you went for hybrid cloud where you got a gateway. Through that gateway, you are accessing the, no, cloud storage locally, right? It's coming to you through something will be cached, but remaining thing you are accessing. So latency will be more, performance will be little less. However, at least you got the storage. Now you want everything, right? So in that case, cache was there for frequently accessed data. Here, everything you want low latency, right? And you have enough money. Now you are talking about, no, better performance with better reliability, better resiliency, where even if my local storage is crashed, even if my data is compromised, some problem happens in my data center, I want to recover all my data, right? Right? So you can recover it. Not an issue. Right or wrong? Getting it? Please tell me if any confusion here. So what is happening? All your data is being accessed from this storage, your local storage. This is kind of gateway, but what is happening? All local storage. This is going here. Now between your local this gateway and the AWS S3, what is happening? Some kind of synchronization will happen. What will happen? Some synchronization will happen here between these two. So whatever data is getting written here in your local storage, a backup will be taken in S3. That will be asynchronous. What will it be? Asynchronous backup. Tell me, Natraj, you understood?
Yes, Harish.
Okay, so it's kind of your local system traditional architecture where you also got no cloud integrated with it, so that everything will happen as usual it happens, However, asynchronously, some backup will be taken, right, in the cloud, and your another copy of your data will be available in S3 with all the features. Okay, clear? Dharma, confirm please.
So this one like so we have looks like we have a local setup and the backup is stored in the S3. That's it, right?
That's it. You have backup
So,
stored there, just
so
simple. So you have local
So anyway,
setup.
we have the anyway our data will be there always. See, as long as our local service is running fine, our local appliances are fine. So right, so all the data will be in my local setup. But just for backup purpose, right? I am keeping a copy.
That's it.
I'm keeping a copy in the S3. That's it, right?
That's it. Simple. Very simple. You just have a backup here. That's it.
And it means for backup I can use my another local one and then I can store there, right? If the current one is gone, then I can use the other one backup with me.
Yeah. So if you want, if you keep, you have the storage locally, then you don't go for cloud. You have.
No, but this case is just for a data backup only we are using.
So the main benefit is, see,
Sorry,
you have
sorry.
you have to go for
Yeah.
DR, right? If you are going for storage, so what will happen? You will have local storage here, and then you have the main file storage here, right? And you have a backup here in the same data center.
Yeah.
Now the entire data center burns. Then, so you require offsite, right? You want some kind of offsite backup, right? You should have your offsite backup center in different city, right?
Yeah.
So then what? That benefit you will not get if you keep both the things in the same data center, right? Here, what you are getting is, you are getting the benefit, the big benefit of S3, where you have no data stored across multiple availability zones, and you can do replication to different region also, right? You can store data in US, correct?
Yeah.
Replication you can do CRR, right? So if you want, and you want that storage class transition life cycle, you can just put, and then it will transition to different one. Or you want expiry rules to be set up, data should be deleted, you want to use the benefit of Glacier. So here maintenance of your own storage will be costlier, right? Here you don't have to maintain, right? So depends like how you want. If you have everything set up, you have your own data center, and you have the backup, you have the DR also. So backup with DR. So think of backup with DR. Stored gateway, na? You think of, you have your data center, you have everything, doesn't matter. You have the same thing somewhere, right? Where it is taking asynchronous backup, and then it is at a DR site, a different site, where you are getting you can use it to recover your applications that is in different site, and then you are getting some features also, benefits also, and all those. So you don't have to maintain. You need another data center in another location, right? For DR. Right or wrong? Many people will, many small businesses will not have money to invest in another one more no location. Keep the data, right? And immediately, if you want to retrieve that, again, if you store in kind of tape drive, you heard about, right? So we have tape gateway also, another solution. Another solution we also have, right? So that is tape gateway. Okay. What happens in the tape gateway? You will have some virtual kind of tape drive, right? So in that tape drive, right, what will be there? See, I'll just show you. Storage, just look for storage gateway, right? AWS So you can also find out the documentation with the picture. I'll just show you some pictures should be there, right? See here. Okay, you can just listen to in minutes. So that benefit of time that you will get. You look. You can see my screen.
Yes, Harish.
Yeah, you see, on premises you
Yeah,
have backup
yeah.
application that has something NFS SMB protocol. You have file gateway or something through ISCSI or something. Some application server is there. Some volume gateway. Some local cache mode is there. Here you see some kind of here also local cache they are using, right? So, but I was talking about storage gateway with the stored volume one. You have some backup application something. Now encryption in transit AWS storage gateway. Through this storage gateway you have S3, you have no things going here in the tape library, right? Or you have no AWS backup lifecycle benefits, EBS tape archive. So all those benefits you can use, right? So just missing on certain pictures, right? So you can, yeah, you see file gateway, tape gateway, volume gateway, some hardware appliance I was talking about, right? So that also I'll show you. So just go through this. You see the file gateway concept, how it happens on premises, NFS, SMB file gateway, and then through HTTPS, right? Secure, protocol. It goes to cloud, S3, lifecycle management. All those benefits you are getting here with respect to file gateway. If you just go for say like tape gateway, what happens in the tape gateway? Virtual tape drive will be there. You heard about tape, right? For taking backup and all those things, right? Sequential
Yes.
backup. So this tape gateway kind of virtual tape drive will be there, not the actual tape drive. So it will be supporting lot of various third-party backup applications, right? You heard about some net backup, some Veritas, right? Backup solutions, right? So you have some applications using which you can take backup, right? So this virtual tape drive will be supported by that, and it will allow you to store data in this S3 Glacier, S3 bucket, wherever. So this will be stored as virtual tape drive and virtual tape, right? So this tape library, right? So we can also store in Glacier debugger. So whatever is the burden of managing the physical tape library, if you are creating physical tape library, you have to keep it somewhere, you have to maintain it, you have to see that it doesn't go bad, right? So here if it is going in S3, it will go to various availability zones, right? At least 3 availability zones, whatever data is kept in S3 normal standard class or some other class, right? So except that one zone, data will be kept in 3 availability zone or more, and you don't have to maintain the tape library, correct? So all those things will be available online. So replaces physical tape drive, simplifies management, lowers total cost of ownership, provides security and compliance, right? So you see, think of some use cases: backup to AWS, archive to AWS. And to take a backup, or you want to take archive it to AWS. So certain features, some benefits. Volume gateway, if you look at, so you see ISCSI volume gateway, right? Storage gateway, it's going to backup, or you can use put it in the EBS. So benefit, you see, integrates seamlessly with on-premises, provides low latency access to cloud-backed storage, offers flexible data protection and recovery. Use cases: hybrid cloud file services, backup and DR. See, this is what I was talking about, backup with DR. Dharma.
Okay. Okay.
So just see this situation, how useful this is, right? If you don't want to do investment locally, you don't have another option. So customers often choose volume gateway for backup of local applications and for DR based on EBS snapshot or cached volume clones. Volume gateway integration with AWS backup enables you to use AWS backup service to protect on-premises application. Using AWS backup with volume gateway helps you centralize backup management, meet compliance requirements with customizable scheduled backup policy, lifecycle policy and all, including retention and expiration rules. So that's the benefit, right? Just go through some small videos here, some 80 minutes, some videos or something to understand it, know more about it, right? So hardware appliance. I was telling about some appliance or something, right? So look at this server, right? This is the appliance. You can order it, you can buy it. Okay, some Dell machine, some Dell hardware or something probably. Some Dell machine will be there. So just know, you just they will put some software in that. Just go through this video. Okay, so you see, storage gateway hardware appliance is a physical standalone validated server configuration on premises deployment. It comes preloaded with storage gateway software and provides all the required CPU, memory, network, SSD, cache, resources, and all those file gateway, volume gateway, tape gateway. The storage gateway hardware appliance is designed to provide you with a simple out-of-the-box experience that does not require any additional infrastructure. Simply, I would recommend you just buy this hardware, use it in place of going through all those kind of ESXi host or kind of some virtual machine or something, right? So some $2,000 maybe, probably. Just look at the price and I'll just try to find. So should be, see, 128 GB DDR RAM is there, huge, right?
Yes.
So
Very fast
2
and
Xeon
very
2.2 gigahertz processor with 10 cores each, choice of 5 terabyte or 12 terabyte, something for port 10 gigabyte, something, all those things are there. 3-year hardware warranty also there. See, so kind of this appliance. So this is something you just put it in your premises and then access the whatever you want to access in S3, right? So this is what. So just try to find it out and explore further, right? So let's see. It's understood, right? Gateway concept. Now let's come to the question, right? So this will give you more clarity. Just see this and guess it and tell me. You can see my screen, right?
sorry, Harish, I just got a call. Sorry.
No problem. So just I give you 1 minute. You think of it, and then you just let me know.
Yeah. Storage classes are most cost effective for infrequently accessed.
CND.
That can be easily replaced.
CND.
I think B and C.
Natras, for you?
B and C.
B and C. Okay. So what about you, Dharma?
CND.
C and D. So C is standard IA and S3 1 June I. Okay. Infrequent access, C and D. So which S3 storage classes are most cost effective for infrequently accessed data that can't be easily replaced, right? So Natras, so S3 standard, it's for frequently, so you all both have discarded it, right?
Yes.
Now Dharma says C and D, and you are saying B and C. So B and C is like intelligent tiering. What intelligent tiering will do, it will put some data in S3 standard and some data in infrequent access, right?
Yeah.
So when you don't know whether it is infrequently accessed or frequently accessed, in that case you choose intelligent tiering, right?
Yeah.
So you are not sure about the nature of the data, whether it will be frequently accessed in future or infrequently accessed. But here in the question, you see S3 standard classes are most cost effective for infrequently accessed data. So it is clear that it is infrequently accessed data, right?
Yeah.
So this is sure, 100% sure.
Yes.
Most cost effective. Now, another thing is you have to see is most cost effective. Then you have to think of the cost. It should be infrequently accessed. It should be cost effective. And then much more important thing as compared to cost and access is can't be easily replaced. Cannot be easily replaced. That is more important than anything else in this question.
Yeah.
That data cannot be replaced easily. If that is deleted, that is gone only.
Correct.
That means data is valuable, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to think of that also. It is infrequently accessed, that, but at the same time, the data is valuable. Now you are looking for cost also.
Yes.
One most important thing is the durability, right? It should be more durable, right? Now it is talking about infrequently accessed data, means availability is fine, availability is not a matter. Now it talks about cost also, right? So cost anyways comes later. Data is more important than cost also, right?
Yes.
First thing. So now you think S3 standard frequently accessed, we just leave it. S3 intelligent tiering, right? This is for unknown thing, right? But it is known here, so that is also we can skip for now, right?
Yes.
Not the best answer for now. Now let's go to S3 standard infrequent access.
Yes.
Right. So here in infrequent access S3, what is happening? Data is kept in 3 availability zones minimum, correct? So this data is important, right? This cannot be easily replaced, right?
Yes.
So if it is kept in 3 availability zones, right? So it is good, correct?
Yes.
Now, comparatively, as compared to standard or intelligent or something, this IA, right, is cheaper, right?
Yes.
So this can be a very good option, right? So let's keep it for some time. I think both of you have told this answer, right?
Yeah.
So this we are locking, right? Now let's look at D and E, right? What is the difference between D and E? Tell me.
D is kept it in only one standard access, standard frequent access with only one zone.
Okay.
Kept in
Glacier?
only one zone. But that also infrequent only.
So Glacier is for
Glacier
infrequent.
is storage, but actually that infrequent. Okay, but the retrieval time will be hours or I think minutes to hours, like something like that, right? So it's a
Correct.
cost effective.
Yep. And it will
Low
be kept in
latency.
how many availability zones?
No, I don't know.
Except this one zone IA, no? Everywhere it will be stored in more than three or more.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, do you think this one zone is good with respect to the data which cannot be replaced? Which one is better between D and E? Think and tell.
I think Glacier.
Think D or E.
E.
Natraj says E. Dharma, you just think.
Yeah, I told Glacier. Yeah, okay.
What happens in one zone IA? Data will be stored in only one zone. If the zone is lost, what will happen? Data will be lost, right?
Yes, correct.
Is that data critical? Is that data critical?
Yeah.
So
no, not a critical actually.
No, it cannot be easily replaced. It is critical.
Yeah.
See, data cannot be replaced means it is critical, right?
Yes.
So if the data is critical, if it is important, you cannot put in one zone, right? If that zone is lost, your data is lost.
Yeah, correct.
Now, what you have to understand that this may be cost effective, but not beneficial here. But data will be lost. S3 Glacier, what will happen in that? It will keep your data safe. Here it will be kept in more than 3 or more availability zones. So the standard, this critical thing is matched. Now infrequently accessed matches Glacier. Now most cost effective, of course Glacier is most cost effective, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So Glacier Deep Archive is most. So this is second best with respect to cost also. So critical data, infrequent data, cost efficient data. So this E can be the second, no, the other best option, other, apart from C. C is good, right? Both of you told.
Yeah.
E is the another answer, but not the D, because D is something which can be dangerous, right? Because we have better option. We cannot choose D. We need to keep data which can be easily replaced. If you change that can't to can, getting it?
Yeah.
If you change this can't to can be easily replaced, then it will be one zone. Data can be easily replaced. You put it in one zone, right? The best one, right? So
So what's
highest
the
level
meaning, sir, actually here? That can be easily replaced means, what
can't
means they saying?
can't be easily replaced.
No, no, it means suppose if that is this can be easily replaced means then what is that? Actually, I couldn't get the full meaning.
If a
I couldn't
data
realize it.
can be easily replaced means, say like my biodata.
Okay.
So I have written it, correct?
Okay.
I know my date of birth, I know my address, I know where I worked earlier, from which year to that which year, I know it, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I put it in one zone IA, will it make any difference in the world?
No.
I can create my biodata, right? Again.
Yes.
So I can create my biodata. I know about me. So that is just an example. So if any data that can be easily replaced means a data which can be created one more time without much issue. So we know whatever. Say like one example, all the countries of the world and the capital
The
of,
meaning is that
yeah,
that can be easily modified, something like that. Can we
that
take it
can
like that?
be easily created one more time. Say like you have a file in which you have mentioned all the countries and the capital of those countries, right? And who all are the prime minister and presidents of those countries. You have created one file, kept it. Now another, you have created all the states of our country. Now you created another file like that. Now all those things you have created, and then you have to put it somewhere. So if you put it in one zone, right, if your data is deleted, right, so what you can do, correct, all the countries, and somewhere in from Wikipedia you can copy paste. So you can easily reproduce the data, you can easily get the data one more time, somewhere you will find it, or you will create it. So doesn't matter much. See, that data also is not going away immediately. You are not deleting it, right? You are keeping somewhere in that one zone IA. Also, you will have data will be kept in multiple systems, right? So it's not like storage also will have redundant. One storage it will be there. It will be copied to another storage also. Everything is there, so it's not very easily. It will not. It will not go. That zone, entire zone, will not burn. But what if it burns, right? So it's just a probability where 99.5% or something is a probability, and then the data center can collapse, right? So in that case, if it is very much valuable data, right, how much money I had given to one particular customer in 2018, and how much money they had given to me, right? So that those kind of data, right, will be very much critical, right? So if that data is deleted, who remembers that? It will be difficult, right, to get that data back. So some kind of financial data, some kind of important data which is like critical, which you cannot compromise, right? So those data you cannot find in the internet. So those kind of data, right, you cannot put in one zone. One zone is like kind of not, it's kind of keeping your application, running your application on one server. That server collapses. That's it. Understood the difference between one zone and the other thing here? Can be
Yeah,
replaced,
yes, yes,
cannot
yeah.
be replaced. You understood, right?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay, perfect. So
So and
the
this
answer will
glacier
be
also, right? So when they put it in the glacier also, right? That also they put in three different,
yes,
I
yes,
mean, three availability zones like that.
yes. That's right. That's right.
Okay, okay.
So I just know
So
in case of
for all the storage classes, right? For all the storage class types, if you request it, right? So the data will be there not only in one zone, it will be in three zones minimum.
correct, except this one zone.
I mean, okay, except this one zone.
Yep, name
Okay.
itself is one zone,
So
right?
all the other things, yeah, yeah.
Yep. See, in case of any confusion, just go to storage class. Where is that?
Okay, okay.
I'll just close everything, close other tabs. Simply in case of any confusion, you go to aws.amazon.com/s3. In that you go to storage class. In that storage class, you go to the
Okay,
table.
okay.
There will be some table. Some table should be
Uh-huh.
there. Yeah, you see this table. You
Yeah, yeah.
refer to this table. Here, you just analyze durability,
Yeah, all
availability,
greater than equal to 3, yes,
SLA,
right.
availability zone, right? Minimum capacity, minimum storage, retrieval fee, first byte. So very good comparison. This table is something, no, you should refer. This will give you a lot of no understanding. So here you just see this one you saw, no, here you this one,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So this is the only place where it will be stored in only one zone. So critical data we should not store in, right, one zone IA. Remaining you see everywhere, no, it's good, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
perfect.
okay.
Now
Thank you.
let's go to, no problem, now let's go to the next question. It looks little bigger but not very complex, right? So just try to take a look. Just take a look at this question and no, let me know what can be the best choice. Meanwhile, I'll have some water. Yeah. So, any answer? Just try. Yeah, Natras. Got the question?
I'm thinking A or D.
A or
D.
D? A or D? Okay. Okay. Dharma decided.
Yeah, I think A.
A. Okay. A company needs to maintain access logs for a minimum of 5 years due to regulatory requirements. Okay. Some financial organizations we were seeing, right? They are required to maintain it for a minimum of some years, 5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
Now the data is rarely accessed once stored. That's it.
Yeah.
Once you store it, you don't want to access it again and again.
Yeah.
But must be accessible with 1 day's notice if it is needed.
Yes.
Right? So 1 day notice. Today you order and by tomorrow it should definitely come. What is the most cost-effective data storage solution that meets these requirements? Now the first one says store the data in Amazon S3 Glacier deep archive storage and delete the objects after 5 years using a life cycle rule. So we looked at that life cycle rule, right? So after 5 years we can delete it. You can just put it in S3 deep archive and then delete it, right? So that is one option, right? Sounds good, right? And look at B. What does it say? Store the data in S3 standard storage and transition to S3 Glacier after 30 days using a lifecycle rule. Is it making any sense?
No,
30
sir.
days? Something, yeah, not relevant, right?
Not really.
Why this transition all happening? No need, huh?
No need, yeah. Why to keep 30 days in standard storage? Unnecessarily cost it will be.
Who pay for it? That itself will be cost.
Yeah, correct. Now C is store the data in logs using Amazon CloudWatch logs and set the retention period to 5 years. So why to put it in logs, right? That will be additional
Cost.
tool, and CloudWatch logs no, it will not make sense.
I think this time something new time for us, right? So far.
So CloudWatch is a new term also. So based on that, you can discard. Anyways, I will not ask questions which I have not explained, right? Correct. So we'll come to CloudWatch, right? So anyways, this answer is gone. Now the D is store the data in S3 standard infrequent access storage and delete the object after 5 years using a lifecycle rule. So why we should store in IA? Because we don't want to access it frequently,
Standard.
right?
Standard.
So which one is better, Natras? A or D?
Yeah.
Natras?
But I think D also infrequent access, but with respect to cost wise, right? I think A is better.
You got it.
Correct. Yeah.
See, most is written in capital.
Yeah, most cost effective. But
Yeah.
even
But,
the D also it's infrequent access only.
Correct.
but in
But
terms of
infrequent access means that only thing the cost matter. Cost
Yes.
matters here.
why I select D, A or D is
Yeah.
because in terms of retrieving or in terms of accessing,
Yeah.
for D it will not take much time, right? When compared to A.
But what is
No,
the how much time they are
D will be
giving?
quicker, but they have given 1 day period. 1 day period.
1 day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
So even for deep archive, 12 hours is the time, right?
Yes.
So it's okay, right?
Maybe this question instead of with 1 day, if they need immediate means, maybe the day would be the right.
Then
Right,
D
sir?
will be the right. Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
okay.
If
I
they
think
want.
each word we need to understand thoroughly before.
Correct. Correct. So these kind of questions will come in the certification exam, right? So this will be the pattern actually. Right? This kind of
I'm
thing
on track.
Yeah. So kind of standard question. This is like this kind of question you can expect. So just take a look at another question. One more question.
I think answer is B.
I'm still reading.
Yeah, please take your time.
Answer is D.
Which one you decided, Natras?
D for Delhi.
D for Delhi. And Dharma, what do you think?
I think is B.
D for Delhi or B for Bombay? B for Bangalore.
No, B. Bombay, yeah, Bombay.
Okay, okay, okay. So, okay, let's take a look. So a company currently stores data for on-premises applications on local drives. Okay. Up to this, Natras, clear?
Yeah, yeah,
So currently you have your own data center and
yeah.
you are just storing, you have the local no hard disk, right? So your application is simply storing data there in your data center. Right? The chief technology officer wants to reduce hardware
Hardware
cost
cost.
by storing the data in S3.
Yeah.
So he wants to reduce the
Reduce the
hardware
cost.
cost.
Okay.
Now, you just never forget this term. Just remember, reduce hardware cost, right?
Yeah.
So the chief technology officer wants to reduce hardware cost by storing the data in S3, but does not want to make modifications to the application. It doesn't want to make changes in the application. If it is cloud native application, right, then it will directly access S3. But whatever application is running on premises that cannot understand what is S3. So you require some kind of solution, right? So
Yeah.
to minimize the latency, frequently accessed data should be available locally.
Yes. Sorry, in that case, it should be cascade volume.
Yeah, so latency should be minimized
Minimize. Yeah.
and only frequently accessed data should be available locally.
Yeah. Correct.
What is the a reliable and durable solution? You want reliable also, durable also. For a solutions architect to implement, that will reduce the cost. So cost should reduce.
Yes.
So most important thing here is
B.
whatever things are going on, that is okay. There is no
Yeah.
problem. They want to reduce the hardware cost.
Yes.
So that we have to always remember that we are talking about reducing the hardware cost, right? Cost should not increase whatever happens. If it increases, then the answer is not correct. So most important thing point here is you have to reduce the hardware cost. Then another benefit they are looking for is they want
Minimize
to
latency.
minimize the latency, right? Even when the cost reduces, latency should be minimum only. Latency should not increase.
Yes.
But how? Whatever is the latency, anyways, like locally you are having the thing, so latency is like will remain almost like no similar, but it should not become very high. But they what they want is they want it to be frequently access data only to be available locally. So little bit of storage also should be there where not cached data should be developed.
Yeah.
So deploy an SFTP client on a local server and transfer data to S3 using AWS transfer for SFTP. So if you use SFTP or something, so you can just you have to keep all the data here and then only you can upload it and all, right?
Yes.
So it will be again burden. So
Yes.
there is no problem and transfer AWS transfer for you want to use. So those things will add to the cost and nothing will reduce with respect to hardware cost. C option you see, deploy an AWS data sync agent on a local server and configure an S3 bucket as the destination. So some kind of data sync agent or something you are just creating here, and then you are keeping everything here and then syncing to S3 bucket, right? So in that case also, right, you will have some kind of hardware, the same storage and all you require locally. D is like deploy an AWS storage gateway, volume gateway configured in stored volume mode. So now stored volume mode, you require the entire data to be stored locally. Then again, hardware cost will not reduce.
Yes, correct.
So the B is the correct option. Deploy an AWS storage gateway, volume gateway configured in cached volume mode. So this is what we were discussing right some time ago.
Yes.
Right. So you have to pay utmost attention on the keywords. You have to look for the keywords, what they are looking for, what is the most important thing in that question, without which no solution cannot work, right? Fine. Now it's time for some hands-on, small hands-on something we will do, right?
I think
So
the D will be answer for they want to keep a local setup as well as for the backup they want to move it into Amazon S3 means then the D would be the answer.
that's right, that's right. So D will be the choice when they say that they want to keep the data here, they want to increase the redundancy, right? They want to increase the resiliency, they want no kind of disaster recovery situation, right? They want some kind of backup to be available in case the data is lost, right? If data center no becomes offline, local data center some problem happens, in that case they can recover their business from the backup, right, from the AWS. So all those situations, all those terms if they use, then D is the best choice. Cost, if they don't mention about reducing cost, right, then this is the best option, because here they talked about reducing the hardware cost. So now
Okay.
let's go to the no console, AWS console.
Okay.
Yeah, you are there.
I need to go for root user or IAM user.
Anything is fine.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Admin
Yeah,
user.
I'm
Yeah.
in admin user now.
Yeah, that's okay. Admin also fine. So admin user, I am also logged into admin user. So with admin user we can manage things, right? So just think of that admin user. You log in here, go to S3. Where is that S3? You see here, storage options. You see so many options are there. Storage gateway we looked at. Let's back up. See S3. You just go to S3 or you just choose S3. You will go there. So I logged in as administrator 1. So we came here as administrator. Some bucket or something is there, right? This can be public. Now, what we do, right? We want, right, some hands-on. So hosting a static website on S3, right? So we'll begin with hosting a static website on AWS Amazon S3. Okay, so let's create a bucket, a fresh bucket.
Okay.
That's what I will do. I'll just delete that one. Let's empty that bucket. It says permanently delete. I'll just empty it, and then I'll just delete that bucket. It says ask, write the name of the bucket. So like this we can delete any bucket. Whatever test bucket is there, I deleted it. Now I don't have any bucket. So I can use here this button to create bucket or this button to create a bucket. So no bucket is there. Just clicked on create bucket. Right. Now give some name. So my bucket, I'll just give some name. I'll say H, right, for my initial, and then I'll just say -12, and then tell December, right, and then I say 2020, right, and then say .com. Okay, some kind of I'll give some name like this, right? So .com, because we want to create some kind of website or something, right? So just for that reason I'm just giving some .com. Usually we should not give like that .com or something, but kind of website we are going to create, right? So that's why I am putting that. Just you also choose something, whatever you wish. Sujan, Dharma?
I'm creating, yeah.
Yeah, just create some, try to create some bucket. Now I'm just putting in Mumbai region, and then it says block all public access, right? So what we will do here, we will allow it, remove that, because this is a website, right? It should be accessible by everyone, right?
Yes.
So I just remove that block all public access. It says turning off block all public access might result in this bucket and objects within that bucket becoming public. It's okay, I acknowledge, right? Let it be public. Now you look at the bucket versioning, right? So we want to keep multiple variants of the object in the same bucket, not only one variant, we want another variant also. So just create another copy, right? Now, so you can easily recover from both unintended user actions and application failures. So we enable it. Now some kind of tags, right? So just give some tag, whatever tag you want. So I'll just give it, right? This will be my some website, right? Now default encryption, I just keep disabled. I just say create bucket. My bucket got created successfully, right? And then I have the bucket.
Encryption will be disabled, is it?
Yeah, just disable the encryption, right? It will make it a bit slow, so it's fine. Right.
Yes, I can able to create.
Okay, perfect. Now that you have created your bucket, so
Bucket name contains several characters, invalid characters. What is that?
yeah, please confirm once you are done.
I think the underscore will not work, only the hyphen.
Yeah, correct. That's right.
Okay, yeah, created.
Okay, perfect. So now we wanted to make it public. So we have made it public, right? We have allowed
Objects
all.
can be public, yes.
Yeah. So it says object can be public and all this, so creation date and all those things are coming, right? So you just see this particular object, right? If you just click on that, if you go within that, you see a lot of things related to that, right? So you see here, list versions. Okay, only one is there. So now it is there. Some resource name is there. Creation date is there. Objects can be public. That is, properties is there. Bucket versioning is enabled. Tag is there. Encryption is disabled. So this encryption is disabled. This can be a metadata. We are discussing about data, metadata, right?
Yeah.
It's a metadata because this feature is disabled here. So this is a metadata. Some tag or something is there, metadata. Yeah. Some kind of versioning is enabled or disabled, that is metadata. Some date and time of creation is there, that is metadata, right? So those kind of information, right, are there. And so server access logging, cloud trail related thing, event notification, transfer acceleration. So static website hosting, right? Disabled. Static website hosting is disabled. So just saw that option, right? Static website option under properties, you found it, right?
Yeah.
So under properties, you found that this is for static website hosting. And what we are going to do? Hosting a static website, right?
Yes.
So definitely we need to do something here.
Yes, of course we have to enable it.
Correct. So we just go to edit, right? And just have to enable it. So static website hosting is enabled.
Hosting type it is asking.
Host a static website, correct? So we just want to do a static website, right? So use the bucket endpoints as the bucket web address. So we are trying to host a static website. So we choose that static. For your customers to access content at the website endpoint, you must make all your content publicly readable, right? Already we have made it, correct? Now,
Yes.
so now what does it ask for? Index document, right? So have you ever hosted any website or something? Then you will know that there is something whenever you are hosting a website on any IIS server, on any Apache server, or some kind of services that is offered by open source or something, Windows. So we need one basic document called either index.html or any kind of .html web page that will be the main page, right? And then we specify that in the configuration file of the service, the web service that will be running on the system, right? So that index.html is the basic thing. You can give any name and you have to reference it with the same name. So now we can simply, you have to put a file with the same name. So now I specify the home or default page. So home page, right? Let's keep it index.html for now. So we keep name as index.html. So we'll put some file whose name will be, right, index.html. So that will be index document, right? It will be case sensitive, right? So be careful. Okay. Clear? You have done it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So just make a save changes here first. What does it say? Error document must be at least 1 character long. It's also looking for some error document. Just put as error.html. Right? See here, already it is written in that format, right? So just type like that, error.html. So earlier it was not mandatory, so now they have made it mandatory. Redaction rules optional, so we just leave it. Just click on save changes. Is it saving? I'm just facing some issue.
Yeah, it's saved.
Okay. Dharma, successfully edited?
Yes, Garis.
Okay.
Done.
Okay, perfect. So we have saved those changes. So what all things we have done so far? First we created a bucket. Public access we allowed while creating the bucket only, correct?
And we change it to static host.
And static host we have done. So that's it so far, that much only. Now, what else do you think? Just think and tell me what else may be important. Something related to permission or something?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So you go to permissions tab, and here we have already done that block public access. We have already made it off.
Bucket policy.
Right. So once we have made it off, just think of this bucket policy. The bucket policy written in JSON provides access to the objects stored in the bucket. Bucket policies don't apply to objects owned by other accounts, right? So there's something related to bucket policy, right? Just click on this edit. So policy is related to what? Permission, correct? Policy is related to, policy means what?
Permission.
Policy always means permission, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Permission. Yes.
Right. So what we are going to do is we are going to give some permission, some policy we are going to write, correct? Now, how do we write it?
JSON.
Use some policy generator or something?
Policy
Some
generator.
policy, yeah. Right. So we can use some policy because hand typing we may not recall. Do you remember? Some
No.
braces and all we have to put, no? So don't remember, then we have to think of some kind of policy generator which can help us, right? Some examples also there if you want. Some policy generator is there. So just click on policy generator.
New page.
It will open in a new page. Now just think of what you are going to do, what kind of policy you are going to write, right? So what do we do? What kind of select type of policy? Is that S3 bucket policy?
S3.
Yes.
S3
Right?
bucket policy.
Right? Okay, good. Now you want to do some, no, you want to allow, right?
Yeah.
So you want to allow. Now use comma to separate this and that. So you want to allow, what should be the principal? Whatever is there in the bucket, right? Comma to separate multiple. So just put one star or something. AWS service, Amazon, S3, correct?
Yeah.
What else? Think of some action. What you're going to allow?
They can view bucket,
Hmm.
read the bucket, but they should not delete.
Hmm.
Amazon resource name. You need to add anything?
Think. I'm
I
showing
think
you
that
the thing.
resource name we need to copy and put it that bucket name.
We are applying
We have
within
to copy
that,
that.
right? We are within that bucket.
Mm-hmm.
We are within that bucket. Just see this get object.
Yeah.
So get means what?
Will
Only
will
reply.
From
Only
server,
reply.
what they want to do, those websites, they want to get some information from the S3, right?
Yeah.
So they want to get some object, correct? We are not doing any upload or something, so not put object, just get object, right? So get object is something, right? Any request, whatever, no, you in API, right, where that whenever there is a API call or something, so there will be, you might have heard about some REST API. So for some any static transfer, right, what will happen? There will be some kind of requests, right? So some get, some post, some delete, some kind of request will be there, right? So whenever they are requesting, right, for a particular URL, right, you get a data as a response, right? Now you are, what kind of request you are sending? You are trying to get a object, you are trying to, you know, get some data, right? So this get object is relevant here. So all this information will come, you will understand when, right, you know about things, about multi-part upload, by this governance, retention, create this point, that point. So lot of things are there, lot of things are there. So you have a very extensive document, right, where you will have all the informations for developers. There will be documents where you will find everything in detail. So for now, you just understand this, for example, is get object. Just do that get object. It says one action is selected, right? Now what? ARN. Tell me.
bucket name.
What should be that ARN?
Post. I mean that
You
.com.
need to copy that new bucket name value here and put it here.
ARN should follow the following format. ARN colon this key name and all. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
this will be the name for this policy generator, right?
No, ARN
It
is
will be, you just go to S3 management console, right? And then here already, you know, we have been doing something. So what we do, we open that in a different tab. So just do a right click on this S3, open in a new tab, right? So it will open a new page, right? Now you go to that page, you have that bucket, just try to find where that ARN is. I had shown once.
yes.
What is this?
It's there.
There, right? Once you
For
click.
the new bucket creator, right? For that there is a name.
Yeah. See, you are here, name is there. You click it. Then what is the second thing after region?
ARN, Amazon resource name.
Region. Yeah,
Found
that's
it?
what.
You found, right? Copy it. So this is Amazon resource name. This is unique. So AWS S3, in that it is a bucket. So triple dot here. Now just copy this bucket ARN copied. Now you go to that generator. In this ARN, you just paste it. Once you pasted, now you think. So ARN colon AWS S3, this one, and then in that, what you are looking for? Anything within that. So slash, put one asterisk.
Yeah.
Means anything inside that. How we were using, like, no, while doing a CLI, slash something, right? So anything inside that, right? So we are going to do those ARN, right? This much is looking good, I believe, right? Let's add this
So
statement
here
once.
actually in
We'll
this
modify.
particular ARN, right? What we need to allow is that's what we have chosen the accents, right?
Your voice
To start,
broke.
right? And
Your voice broke, Dharma. Please go ahead again. Please
yeah,
repeat.
Harish, yeah, sorry. Actually, that the accents we have selected like get object only, right?
Ha, get
Yeah,
object.
yeah.
Correct. Correct.
The accents part, right? We have chosen only get object. So in this policy should allow only the get object from the server. But in the resource name, so the get object is this policy is applicable to which ARN means that's what we copied the bucket name and we put here. For this
Yes.
bucket, this policy should allow only the get object. But here now if you put slash star means, right? So if
Yes.
Amazon resource name, if we put slash star means that all the names starting with this name, starting like this, like that meaning, or
Correct.
how to get
Correct.
it, how to understand this part actually.
So this you understand, like,
No, I
up
mean
to,
that year and end at the end we put slash star, right? That's what.
yeah. So here up to this you understand, like, whatever is the bucket. So up to this is bucket, right? Now any
Yeah,
object which
yeah.
is inside that bucket, right? Any object which is inside that bucket, only that they can get,
Okay, okay.
not anything other than that. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Now
Any sub buckets? So
we
I
have
don't know,
to
sub
put,
bucket, sub folder,
yes,
something like that, right?
correct. So we have to put something, whatever data, website data, everything we have to put inside that bucket. Then only it will be accessible. Otherwise, it won't be accessible. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay. Okay.
what we will do is we will put index.html in some time. So for now, what you do, you just say add statement, click on that. So you will just tell, no, like this, allow S3 get object, like this it came, right? So a statement is added and then you say generate policy. Once you say generate policy, you see something got created. Just try to copy, right? And then copy this, right? So we'll try this out. They have made modifications to this entire page, right? So here you just do a paste. Okay, now look at it. See, this policy generator is nothing like 100% whatever you generate and it will work. So what you have to do, you have to understand, you have to look at it, right? So what it is, right? How it is, what does it mean, right? Whether it is good or no, not good. So like this, we have to look at it and try it out. So for now, we have put this policy and we'll see whether it helps us, right? Or we should go for some another policy example or something. So just save changes, right? For now, it looks appears good to me. S3 get object is there. So this is what I wanted, and then I want to allow for this particular resource. So that is also I'm fine with that. So looks good to me. I just click on save changes and then I just click close this one, right? Now what happens here, this policy is saved here, this bucket policy is saved here. Now what is important, now it is important to put something in that bucket, correct?
Yeah.
So and then we have to look for that website endpoint and then we have to access it. So where will be the website endpoint?
Sorry, I didn't get.
That website endpoint. See, this is public. This website, when there should be some endpoint, right? Access point, metrics, management, permission. Where is that endpoint? From where that I get it? Where it is? From where will I access that website? Where is it written? Is it the one?
Yeah.
Correct. So static website hosting we have done, we have enabled. So it is bucket hosting. When you configure your bucket as static website, the website is available at this particular endpoint. So this is the endpoint. You understood? So
I open that 404 not found.
yes. So if you get 404 not found means your website server problem. Any code starting with that 4 is related to server. 4 not found means not found. It is not there. That website is not there. However, you see something is coming, right?
Yes.
That means something is request is going to the website, right? So information in the file is not there on the server, key does not exist and all. Now what we have to do, right, is in this S3 bucket we have to put some content for our website. Something should be here that only will be accessible because we have done /star, right? So now
you have to put index.html.
Correct. Whatever name you have given, that only you have to put. With that name, you have to put some data. So I have in previous classes, I have been doing it multiple times. So I created one index.html, right, where I have kept some data. So I'll just show you with Notepad. Right, this much I have kept in that. Some head, some early rise, some kind of information like this I have kept. Right, so I'll just ping you this content, right, so that you create one index.html and then you can put it. So let me send you
Another thing, even if you go to the 404 found that page, you can go to the page and right click, get a view source. You can copy that content and you can just edit it and save it with the index.html. That's also okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah, please.
Yeah, so some content you have to put, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, something, whatever you wish. This is something I wrote. It's not necessary. Whatever you wish, you
okay,
can write.
fine.
Yeah. So just put some data, some information, and create one index.html file, right? It should not be index.html.txt. Open in a notepad, but save as a index.html. Okay. So for that, you may have to go to view and you may have to show file name extension. So if you show that file name extension, right, so then it will be easier. If you don't show, then it will not be visible. You will not know. So if you go to view menu, click on file name extension. So that will be visible. Extension will be visible. So put it in a notepad and save it, and then copy it. So I have that index.html. So what I will do, I will upload it.
Drag and
Right.
We have to copy it.
Or once you create, you can use this upload button. Correct now. Simply use upload, then browse. It says files and folders, add files. Right? So you click on add files. Then you can take it from wherever you have stored. So desktop, some workspace, and tools, wherever I have kept index.html. So it says 133 byte. That file has come here, right? So S3, this is the destination. Right now, additional upload option. So if you just look at it, so it says add file, add this, that, destination detail, this is enabled storage class. So now you look at this additional option, and now you can relate whatever we have been discussing, right? Just relate with this. It will tell you standard, you want to put it in infrequent access, you want to put it in one zone, right? You want to put it in reduced redundancy, right? So where you want to put it, so based on that it is asking. So this is standard access where it's like availability is more than 3, right? So here we are putting it. Now server-side execution disabled, ACL we are not putting anything, access for other account, object lock, tags, right? So some kind of tag if I wish, I'll just say like I'll put as no website index, web index.
Here access control list also we can.
Yeah, you can use access control list, ACL.
Yeah.
So lot of options you are having for the objects you are giving. Read object owner. So object read, object ACL read write. For everyone public access, right? So here you want to give read or you don't want to give. You see this. So that's what. If you don't give, then you see what happens, right? And if you give, then what happens? So like that, you just troubleshoot. You'll come to know. Yeah. So just ignore for now and see. Come here. You just upload it.
Okay.
Okay. And then upload is successful. Right? So you have the file uploaded. Right? Now, what you can do? You just go to your website and just refresh it. What happens? From where it is working? Welcome to Early Rise. Is it coming for you?
Just a second.
Yeah.
I just uploaded. I think I have to reopen that.
Yeah.
Okay. Properties. For me, it is still showing not found.
Not found? For you, Dharma?
Yeah, I'm trying to find my website from the static website, so I'm just searching.
Okay.
Mano, what is the reason?
Yeah, I'm clicking that.
So now Nataraj is facing issue.
Yeah, I'm
What is
getting
the
it.
error?
I'm getting it.
You are getting the website. How it is coming
I'm getting
from you?
welcome to.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting welcome to Early Rise. That is yes, going on.
Perfect. Perfect. So
From
now
right to
Nataraj.
left.
Yeah. So Nataraj, what is the error that you are getting?
404 only.
404 only. So that means no.
You may did some
The
setup.
file is still not there.
It is
Understood?
there. Yeah, I have uploaded. It is there. I can see.
Okay, good. So can you share your screen?
Yes.
Okay. So what we will do? We'll do the
Post disabled participant screen sharing.
post.
Disabled participant screen sharing.
So I'll just make you presenter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are host now. You can just share your screen, right? If anything, personal confidential, you can just close it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Let me know if you are able to see.
Yep, it's visible, right?
Okay, so you can see file is uploaded.
Yeah, so you go to S3 bucket first. You close that 404 not found.
Okay, sorry.
Close that 404 not found tab. Before that, yeah, close that 404 tab.
Yeah.
Refresh it, refresh. Okay. Now you go to, anyways, you go to properties.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. So do you have that object? Yes.
Yes.
Now you go below and leave that. Don't select. Don't
Okay.
select that. No need to select. Go down.
That's it.
Okay. Go to properties.
Okay.
Okay. Go to the last. Right.
It is showing something object locked.
That is okay. Doesn't
Okay.
matter. Yeah. Go down. Yeah. Click on that link. Not found. Okay. Close it. Yeah. So while uploading, right, that document, go to that object,
Index.html.
index.html, that name. Okay, that name is fine. Okay.
I think it shows capital I.
I had told you that it is case sensitive. You remember initially?
Yes. Yes.
That's why. Now you go to that bucket property, website property.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Bucket property. Okay. Go to the end, edit. Go till the end, edit. Okay. Come down. Make it capital.
No, it's a small only. I changed it in there.
No. You make it capital. No. Your file name is capital, right?
No, I changed it to now small letter.
That file name
Yeah.
you changed.
I changed.
Okay, then keep it small only. Then leave it.
Okay.
Cancel. Go down and cancel. Cancel. Now open that page. The last. Go to the end and open that link. Where you changed? I didn't know.
I changed. I changed in the.
No, actually the file you upload and the place, the index.html, whatever you mentioned,
I
right?
think
It
I
should be same.
reinstall. I guess.
No. You have not changed in that bucket.
Okay.
So you change. See, two things you have. Two options you have. One thing. See, it is capital only. No, where you change?
It's still capital.
Okay. Yeah.
So wait 1 second. Wait one.
No, now you go to
Just understand
change the name there.
Natraj first. Understand, Natraj. Two
Yeah.
things, two options. One option is to put small I, that index.html, just rename it, or whatever you are having, not like this. No, just action. Yeah.
Okay. Let me rename it because.
Rename object. Yeah. Just rename to small I. That is one option. Another option is to modify that file, index document name itself. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it will work. Now nothing needed. Simply you access it.
Yeah.
Works, right?
Yes.
Now another workaround would be, right? You try that also. Go to that as you are already here. So what you do, you just go to that, change that name, file name to something else. Change it to nataraj.html.
Sorry.
Rename, yeah. No, correct only. Go there. Not here. Action, yeah. Change it to something. Nataraj.html. Okay, copy this. Control A, Control C, yeah, copy. Save changes. Now you go to the endpoint. Last.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. In the bucket, you go to the properties at the end. Right? Now you click.
Still it is okay.
No, something wrong. Maybe from cache.
Okay.
So now you just go and check there. What is there in the page? Yeah, here, edit at the end, edit. what happens?
Yeah.
This is index only, right?
Yes.
No, let it be. Let it be. We'll see how it is working. It should not work, right?
Yeah, it should not
Cancel,
work.
cancel, cancel. Don't save. Access it. Access that URL. See,
Yeah.
so it takes some
But
time, right, to refresh.
yeah. Yes.
Now you again go there. Keep this page. No, don't close.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
no problem, no problem. So here, yeah, you
sorry, something happened. I don't know.
your screen is not yet shared, I think.
Okay. Screen share. Yeah.
Yeah, share it one more time.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem. So now, so you go to the console, second last tab.
Sorry.
No, you went to wrong tab. You go to second last tab.
Because this is interrupting me. Oh.
You bring it down or something. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah.
You can move it.
Yeah, this will be better. Yeah. Okay.
So here you edit.
Yeah. So when I open this, it got error.
Now edit.
Yeah, I have to update here, right?
Yeah, index.dll, you want to, yeah, save it. Now refresh it. Try, keep on refreshing. F5 you try.
Yeah, it is coming.
Coming, right? So you understood the relation between the name and that one, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So this is how it is. It works, right? So you can put whatever name, right, of the default home page, but you
It's
have
very
to
simple
specify.
that whatever the file you're putting there, it's looking for that particular file. That's it. But
Correct.
the other applications, right? Microsoft and all, right? Even if it is case insensitive, it will fetch. But here it is case sensitive. That is the only
Correct.
thing.
Correct. So it will be case sensitive, and then for Apache and all, that will also be case sensitive.
Yeah.
Right. You can.
Okay.
Yeah. So no problem. So you can make me host.
Okay, I need to make it host. Okay. Okay, how to make it?
1 second. I think I'll
Yeah, make host. I made it.
You made it, right? So yeah, I'm host now. Perfect. So we have seen, right? You can see my screen, right? So
Yeah.
so far we have seen that how to host a static website on S3, right?
Yes.
So in further hands-on in the next session
Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
we will look at replicating data across the region. You heard about CRR, right?
Yeah.
Cross region replication, right?
Sure.
So and then we'll look at S3 transfer acceleration, how we can some demo, so how we can see it. So what is the difference? S3 transfer acceleration, right? Uses the CloudFront as a backend, right? So how it is some kind of demo. I'll show you how it is looking different for different cases. Now some kind of lifecycle policy for data transfer to Glacier, so that we will try to explore. So a few things we will do, and then we'll try to take a look at other aspects, kind of security group, kind of EFS file system, what is EC2 RHL instance, right? Kind of RHL instance we will launch, right? Linux instance we will launch, right? We'll host our website inside that EC2, right? How we have hosted website in static website in S3, right? But on the server we will host website. We'll have our own software running there, right? I will run some Apache, some HTTPD, right? We'll configure it, and then we'll run the website. That will be now any kind of website you can run, whatever you wish. It's not like static website, right? On S3 you have nothing, just like storage, right? But EC2 is just a machine, right? That machine you can run whatever you wish. Right? So like that, we will be taking a very important topics are there for tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So let's discuss that, right? And we are good for today. So you have any question, anything you can ask me.
Right now, no.
Harish.
Yeah.
EC2 actually when we log in, we are starting up, and when we going off, We are stopping it, right? So there is nothing like that for S3.
Nothing. S3 is like totally managed by AWS. So we don't
We
have to
just
do
leave it
anything.
as it is.
Yeah.
Because
S3,
instance EC2 we are starting and stopping when
correct.
start and when going out.
Correct. So what happens is whatever that EC2 we are having, right? So that EC2 is a server. It's a virtual machine, right? That we have created. We have installed our operating system, and then it is controlled by us, right? So if it is running or something, so it is our thing. S3 is just like a kind of object store where you are putting something. It's kind of dead thing. It's nothing like alive from our perspective. For us it is just a drive. How you have Google Drive, right? So it is just a storage.
Yeah.
So kind of storage, simply one storage is there. We got one partition, one storage, something where we kept our data, and that's it. We cannot start or stop anything. So whatever is the underlying system there, whatever is the underlying storage there, so that is managed completely by AWS. So what is happening behind that scene, right? That is not controlled by us. That is none of our business to look into. But EC2 is something that is totally controlled by us only. Understood, right?
Harish, just make sure, please, we will get some to recall the sessions, because
Yeah.
yeah,
So you
please
can
stop.
just take a
Yeah,
screenshot of this page.
yeah. And
Please
not
take.
only this, at least in the last sessions also, right now I just be on hold for practice because of,
Yeah.
let me recall some of the concepts, because it's purely because we are not doing daily, right? So
Yeah. Yep. So whatever things we are doing,
yeah,
so we can recall, summarize, right?
yeah,
In the end tomorrow by end we can recall it. So today
yeah,
you
yeah.
want me to revise anything?
No. We can
For
end up.
today we are good, right?
Yeah, yeah, we are.
Okay, perfect then. Thank you so much, right?
Yeah.
Thanks Dharma. Thanks Natras.
Bye, bye, Harish. Bye, Dharma.
Yeah.